All right, so you guys can see this, hopefully.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Looks good.
So I'm talking about reputation tokenization for video games with EOS. So we're giving value to great experiences. So the premise is, well, I'm going to go with an intro first. So my name is Trevor Wessel. I'm a developer. I moved to Colorado literally last month. So I'm from California, and I'm tired of the heat. So I work for Ultra.io as a blockchain developer for utilizing EOS. So I have a little bit over 3 years of programming experience, and I'm basically self-taught. I dropped out of college because I didn't like the pacing. I was like, you know. So I discovered blockchain technology, got fascinated by it, and now I have a career in it. So yeah, and I've done like numerous things like modding, Photoshop, web design, programming, all over the place. I've done a lot of different things. But in that regard, so what's the problem? So video games like to attract a lot of trolls. So trolls can either make a game very interesting or completely unbearable. So a single bad actor in a game can ruin it for everyone. So how do we know if someone can rely on someone else's reputation online? So a bad actor can kind of be defined as, you know, the guy who destroyed your fort in Minecraft, or the other guy screaming over text chat because you didn't go mid. So here's a little League of Legends map. You're down there in the bottom right. He's telling you to go mid. You're not going mid. So now they're blaming you, and you're getting a ton of, flack for it. So how do we solve this? Well, blockchain, maybe. So here's a little Dilbert comic. I think we should build a blockchain. Uh-oh. Does he understand what he said, or is it something that he saw in a trade magazine ad? What color do you want your blockchain? So the basic concept that I've come up with is we're going to create a blockchain wrapper for games that lets you reward other players in-game for their good behaviors and genuine interactions. So once awarded, these tokens become staked. So they're basically put into this escrow that you can claim later. Players can pool tokens together to play games, complete quests, and do other game-related things. So these tokens are thrown into escrow until a quest, game round, or other games related to game things are completed. So once completed, the tokens are mostly given back to the players, but a small portion of the tokens reach a, I can't see because of the, I can move the camera, what do you know? Okay, so a small portion of the tokens reach a stake status. These staked tokens represent your reputation. So staked tokens can be unstaked at any time at the cost of your reputation. The unstaked version of the token will act as a way to pay for microtransactions, additional game rounds, etc. So there's two versions of the token. There's a staked version, and then there's an unstaked version. So the staked version can't be moved. It just acts as your reputation. And then the unstaked version is the one that you can trade with other people for microtransactions and different things inside of games. And then so the first reward period, which is these tokens would be free at a fixed rate every day over the course of several years. So instead of doing an initial like ICO or whatever we need, and it would basically be just 5 tokens are distributed per day for 5 years for free. You can claim them at any time you want, and it's up for grabs for anybody. So it's completely out of my control. It's up to whoever wants to actually claim them. So players would reward their friends, family, or potentially strangers who generally act well. But each time a token is given to another player, it becomes staked. So a staked token will act as the reputation for the player, and then players who give tokens receive a small cut of the token distributed, working in both parties' favor. So an example would be you distribute a token, and like 1 token, and you would get 0.2 because you're helping build the community as you go. Okay. So if there's a hard cap built on this of like 20 million or something along those lines, eventually it just stops, and all the tokens are distributed depending on if community members were putting in the effort to get those tokens out there. So smart contracts can handle most of this, no problem. And then at the end of the staking period, or when the hard cap is reached, those are the only tokens in circulation. So that's it. So after the token becomes staked, it can immediately become unstaked and act as a tradable asset. So meaning you can use it to purchase in-game items and everything else. And then basically the key feature here is only allow unstaking, but don't allow staking. So it gets, okay, so then the second part of the staking, this is the part where the hard cap is reached. So what happens is if you and a group of other players get together and you want to complete a quest, you all place a few tokens in this pool. And then this will represent your seriousness and your commitment to this game. So let's say that you kind of think of it like poker. So if you stake 500 tokens for this hand, everybody else is going to have to stake 500 tokens with you or whatever they can afford. And so everyone else has to kind of like, you know, put their money where their mouth is if they want to, you know, play along in the serious aspect. So this could kind of work for more of a competitive scene as well. So once the game quest or whatever else is completed, the tokens become unlocked. But when you reclaim those tokens, a small portion of those tokens go to your staked reputation. So if you did 500, like 10 of those at the end of the day would go to your reputation for completing it. So that's how you would get your tokens staked after the hard cap or the first staking period. So then if the value is not met for a certain period of time, then only half the tokens are reclaimed and then go to the staked reputation. So the leftover tokens end up going to a pool for new users to claim. So new users are never left out of this system. There's always a way for them to get tokens to get started. And then let's see. So then you could also do things like trading items and whatnot as well. So, you know, that can also act as a way to gain reputation by providing a solid trading foundation in the game. So how can we adopt it? These reputation tokens will allow you to sell some of your progression to easily switch servers, appearances, and other things. So it unlocks a lot of potential for being a better player and providing the best experience you can provide. So participation is key to this actually working. So I have a plan. Hightail. This is a game that's coming out pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but it'll come out pretty soon. So Hightail is a game that is going to be a successor to Minecraft. So basically, a bunch of Minecraft server owners got together, said Minecraft sucks, and we're going to make a better one. So that's what they're doing, and they're adding better scripting support and various other things. So I've put together a smart contract with these design parameters that will wrap around Hightail. So myself and a friend named Dawson will be implementing a few server plugins for the game when it comes out. So we will leverage this plugin to create a dynamic but decentralized economy that runs on top of the EOS blockchain. So will it work? We don't know, but we have given our design a lot of thought, and our two-man group is called Hightail Digital. So exciting times ahead. And thus, Hightail Digital is born. And there's some social links, and I post videos on YouTube and all sorts of stuff. So yeah.